Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In addition to Cutthroat Kane receiving yet another bombshell, Willow is appointed to Drew's congressional seat. Visitation from Isaiah regarding Trina's treatment of her mother is the topic of today's General Hospital, as viewers in Port Charles watch Laura's dramatic news conference. When Willow's doorbell rings at home, she checks on Drew, who is medically confined in. It's Sidwell, and he claims that she launches her political career today. His kind offer is unfortunately turned down by Willow. Willow tells Sidwell she can't say no since she has just gotten her children back and they want her undivided care. Refusing isn't an option since Sidwell won't accept no and keeps reminding her of everything he has done for her. Sidwell appeals to voters' empathy as a working mother and describes herself as the honorable wife who will stand by her partner. They are both aware that she despises her husband, but that's a minor issue compared to the strength she will get from this to confront Michael and ensure that her children remain with her indefinitely. She may ensure a long and fruitful life for herself and her children by working with him. Nina stops over and sees Sidwell there, and he tells he was checking on Drew, and Willow shared her happy news with him. Nina understands she's opted to assume Drew's seat and is happy. Nina instructs her daughter to get put on that new power suit and get ready. Willow excuses herself to change, and Sidwell adds he knows Nina helped Drew get elected, so Willow is blessed to have her to assist her. Willow subsequently emerges in her pink power suit and goes with Nina, as Sidwell wants to talk with Drew. SOS unreceived. Sidwell goes to meet Drew, who blinks SOS to Jens. Sidwell informs him that he knows Willow put him in this bed, so save the distress signal. Sidwell reveals he arrived to the idea that Willow shot him and would be receptive to his offer of aid. He gave Willow with the medications to keep him locked in, and did so as Drew became a thorn in his side, and to Willow as well. He relays the news that Willow is assuming his position in Congress. Jason updates Sonny. Jason drops by Sonny's to tell him on his encounter with Cullum and the news that Jack Brennan is also one of Cullum's foes. Jason claims Cullum's position allows him to defend Sidwell, and he's considerably more dangerous than Jens. The sooner Cullum is dead, the better. Sonny asks about the issue with Britt's medicines. Jason says that's where Lucas comes in. He's going to try to help them obtain the medications and recreate them. Once they secure them, they can take Cullum down, and then Brennan might be able to take Sidwell down for them. Trina gets a special visitor at Trina's apartment. Kai's phone is going up since they are ready to reveal Drew's successor today. As he handles with the messages, Trina checks in with the gallery, only to unintentionally phone her mom. She hastily hangs up. She reveals she's been thinking of messaging her, but she didn't, as she doesn't understand why she's still with Isaiah when he's not the father of the kid. At GH, Isaiah drops by Portia's office. The doctor notices Trina phoned her and hung up. Isaiah believes it may have been a pocket dial, or maybe she got another call. Portia says they haven't communicated since she discovered out the kid was Curtis. She's optimistic things will turn around after the baby is delivered. Back at Trina's, Trina complains to Kai that she's not ready to accept Isaiah as part of her mother's life. That's when Isaiah knocks on her door. Trina grudgingly welcomes him in to chat, and Kai rushes out to check what's going at Drew's workplace. Trina urges Isaiah to say what he has to say, making it plain she doesn't like him. He says he cares about Portia and doesn't expect her to like him, but to think about what this gap is doing to her mother. Isaiah then exits. Trina glances at her mom's number on her phone. Alexis shares her good news. Alexis welcomes Diane back to the office and brings her friend up to speed on Laura's request that she take Drew's congressional seat. She formally told Laura last night she'd take the position, and it will be revealed this afternoon. Diane is pleased for her, but advises that before this gets public, she should give Sonny a heads up. Alexis calls Sonny to tell the news to him, and he's stunned, but believes she'll do a fantastic job and congratulates her. Back at Sonny's, he warns Jason that Laura just made a terrible mistake. Sonny worries Alexis would figure out in no time that Laura is getting orders from Sidwell. Ezra relays orders to Laura. Ezra comes up to Laura's office with orders from Sidwell. He wants Willow to assume Drew's place. Laura won't do that, as she's already offered the seat to Alexis and the press conference is planned to announce it this afternoon. Ezra tells her that Sidwell is dangerous, and it's smart to say no to him. Laura asks why Willow? She has no civic experience, so why would she be interested in this job? She immediately learns that Sidwell wants Willow because she's easier to persuade, therefore she's staying with Alexis. Ezra receives a text and says the press conference is occurring in 15 minutes, as he got it moved up so she couldn't waffle. Laura has decided to call Sidwell's bluff and reveal Alexis as the candidate. In Diane and Alexis' office, Diane gets a text saying Laura is ready to make a news conference. Confused, Alexis explains her conference isn't planned until later and opens up the broadcast on her laptop. In the show's final moments, Sidwell tells Drew he told him not to cross him, and he sees Willow's political career exploding after she becomes a widow. He tells Drew to cease with the SOS routine, since his caretakers have been bribed to look the other way, and he doubts anyone in Port Charles will be visiting him anytime soon. Laura begins her press conference. As Diane and Alexis watch from their office, Sidwell discusses it over his phone with Drew, and Sonny and Jason watch on TV. Laura says that Congressman Kane will no longer be able to carry out his term, and so, she's nominating his wife, Willow Kane, to replace his position. Sonny, Jason, Diane, and Drew are startled. Willow thanks Laura and the governor and says she has a lot to learn about politics. However, as a nurse and mother, taking care of others is what she does best. On the next General Hospital, Lulu and Nathan decide which one will tell her, and Maxie asks someone, "What are you hiding?" General Hospital spoilers Friday, February 27th. Willow's personal agenda, Maxie suspects Lulu. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, February 27th, state that Willow Kane will focus on her own objectives while Maxie Jones gets the sensation that something is being kept from her. Alexis Davis will also seek some answers from Laura Collins, so let's chat about what's in store. For starters, it appears like Lulu Spencer and Nathan West will decide to move forward romantically, but they'll worry which one of them is going to inform Maxie. Lulu may wind up taking the lead on this and endure some embarrassment when Maxie asks questions. It appears Maxie will inquire what her bestie's concealing, so will Lulu say she's gotten closer to Nathan and wants to pursue a romance with him? Of course, it's also conceivable Maxie may detect that Lucy Coe is holding secrets too, as Lucy will hurry to explain herself in Friday's GH episode. Lucy is planning against Jen Sidwell while faking continuous love interest, so that'll create some sticky circumstances along the road. Over with Liesl Albrecht, she'll turn to Britt Westbourne for aid. Albrecht may hear the news of Maxie selecting Damian Spinelli over Nathan and urge Britt to help her remedy that. Next, Trina Robinson will fill Portia Robinson in on Isaiah Gannon's unexpected visit and possibly concede he made some excellent points. Although Trina isn't satisfied with the way Portia handled Curtis Ashford, she doesn't want her mom to be miserable. Trina may acknowledge she's prepared to give Portia's relationship with Isaiah a shot, or at least learn to be more accepting of it. Back with Britt, she'll have another talk with Lucas Jones regarding her medicine. Britt will discuss about finding another means to get her hands on those medications, but Lucas may be suspicious and still think he's her best choice. Meanwhile, Marco Rios will stay impatient when it comes to his quest for revenge on Sonny Corinthos, but Sidwell will promise him that they're seconds away from striking the last nail in Sonny's coffin. Speaking of Sidwell, his plan for Willow to take up Drew's Congress seat is paying well now that Laura has introduced Willow at the press conference. Alexis was anticipating to take up that Congress position instead, so she'll confront Laura before shortly. Laura could agree there are elements involved that are beyond her control, but she won't give Alexis the real scoop on Sidwell's blackmail. When for Willow, she'll sound pretty arrogant when she informs Nina Reeves that she has her own agenda now. Unfortunately, Willow's objective may not matter much given Sidwell is driving the show. Sidwell aided Willow by offering up the untraceable paralytic that imitated Drew's stroke and locked him in that bed. Now Sidwell's threatening Willow into this Congress predicament using her children, so she'll be his puppet for as long as he wants. General Hospital spoilers predict Willow may be in more danger than she bargained for, so stay tuned. Steve Burton's wife Michelle Lundstrom shares a cryptic message. General Hospital star Steve Burton's wife Michelle Lundstrom just published a pretty mysterious remark on social media that has a lot of people wondering the same question: what is going on? Steve Burton's wife Michelle Lundstrom shares a cryptic message just to recall. Earlier in the month, the actor published a new statement in which he claimed that he will be taking a brief vacation from the hit ABC drama. If that weren't enough, he also claimed his marriage to Michelle as a cause. Michelle turned to her Instagram account to publish a picture that asked, "When things go wrong in your life, whom do you tell first?" "My husband." It also said, "And when something goes right, when everything is flawless, who do you share it with first?" "My spouse, of course." This, of course, is also adding to the speculation that something might be going on behind closed doors for Steve and Michelle. Clearly, whatever is going on, it's safe to assume that Steve is standing by his wife's side right now. In his statement to the press, Steve stated, "Hey everyone, I wanted to share that I'll be taking a short break from General Hospital. I'm freshly married and looking forward to spending some quality time with my family. I'm grateful for all the support and will be returning this summer." General Hospital news: what's really going on with Steve and Michelle? And while no one really understands what's going on, the internet definitely did have a lot to say about the topic. One critic even remarked, "Here we go again. He's coming, he's going, etc." As of press time, Steve is expected to come back around the summer as his character Jason Morgan, but right now there is no specific date for his comeback. So far Steve Burton has not made any other statements on the subject, but with that stated we will absolutely update you with all of the latest developments the instant they come in. Watch this space for more. GH early week spoilers March 2nd to 6th, Dangerous Intent, Willow's Puzzle, Double Devastation. General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 2nd hint some twists. Fans may anticipate there to be hazardous intent. Willow Tate Kane has a problem to sort out. Plus, there is double destruction for one character. Romantic pressure. Let's start out with Maxie Jones. The woman already made her choice. It was Damian Spinelli. While she's secure in her decision and Nathan West accepts it as well, Liesl Albrecht won't be so sure. The doctor is confident that Maxie and Nathan belong together. Scheme rejection. Liesl will try to seek Britt Westbourne's aid. However, the doctor can't since she has life-threatening difficulties to deal with right now. The brunette will try to tell Liesl that she can't assist her right now since there are more vital things going on. I could envision Liesl exclaiming, "What's more important than true love?" Double devastation. Speaking of Britt, she just learned from Jason Morgan that director Ross Cullum is onto them. There is also the scheme with Lucas Jones. Things are growing more perilous by the day. Hopefully, Lucas will be able to reverse engineer Britt's medicine. If Lucas is busted, it might spell the end of both of their lives. Laura Collins problem. General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 2nd show that Laura Collins will battle with another problem. The mayor doesn't sure what to do about Jen Sidwell's blackmail and demands. The woman could gain some assurance from Sonny Corinthos. Sidwell planned on installing Willow in Drew Kane's place in Congress. However, Laura had planned to endorse Alexis Davis. So that may scare Laura out about Sidwell's next strategy. Willow Tate Kane's puzzle. As for Willow, what will she do with Drew if he is put into a long-term care facility? If Willow is in Congress, she won't be around to give Drew his meds. If he misses one, he might wind up talking. Willow could opt to keep Drew at home, but employ a full-time nurse. One who will obey her orders perfectly without inquiry. Jocelyn Jack's danger. There is also Jocelyn Jacks, who will continue to walk dangerously. The blonde thinks she is staying 2 steps ahead, but Cullum could already be onto her. General Hospital's Eden McCoy NYC trip and fan connection amid Jocelyn's high-stakes life. Eden McCoy comments on life in New York, Jocelyn's high-stakes decisions, and what growing up on GH has taught her about freedom and fandom. General Hospital star Eden McCoy is talking up about her real-life adventures, Jocelyn's tangled love life, and the profound connection she has with viewers, and her honest comments reveal a young actress completely enjoying both freedom and responsibility. Best known for playing Jocelyn Jacks on the long-running ABC serial, McCoy has grown up on TV. Now, she's thinking on how much both her character and her personal life have developed. Key takeaways. Eden McCoy just completed a great vacation to New York City. Fans continue to interact with her as Jocelyn's narrative deepens. Jocelyn's love life and WSB ties produce high-stakes drama on GH. Eden McCoy's Adore affair with New York. I love New York, McCoy revealed. I've been coming here pretty consistently for the past few years. The vacation wasn't simply a brief break. Her godparents own a property in the city, and she stays there every time she comes. With a ton of friends in town, this recent visit featured a night out with one of her best friends from middle school and high school. Last night, one of my best friends from middle school and high school, Ava, her mom, and I, went clubbing and it was awesome, she added. McCoy also set aside time for one of her favorite West Village boutiques, where she had a memorable fashion moment. There's this beautiful old woman, Rosemary from Uganda, who owns it, McCoy continued. She sold me a corseted top that was donated to her store by the Metropolitan Opera. So now I possess a piece of the opera costume. For the actress, it was the perfect New York souvenir, personal, artistic, and one of a kind. Why Jocelyn is flying solo while McCoy is enjoying life and friendship off-screen. Jocelyn's existence in Port Charles is significantly more intense. In 2025, the actress marked 10 years with the serial. Why can Jocelyn not have a boyfriend? Because I would love to know the answer, she said. I don't know. It's extremely painful for her. McCoy reflected on how Dex marked a major turning point for Jocelyn. Obviously, Dex was like her first serious adult relationship, and that was a huge transitional period. And his death really impacted, I think, the road that she's currently on completely. Now with Jocelyn stepping deeper into dangerous territory and aligning herself with the WSB, romance simply doesn't fit the moment. With Vaughn, it really paints a picture that this lifestyle can just flip on its head any second, McCoy added. Anything can go away. Everything may be sacrificed. She added, I think just like the intensity of her life right now doesn't correspond with being able to settle down romantically. In fact, McCoy didn't shy away from just how extreme things have become for her character. She's trying to not die and get away with murder, she claimed. I think Joss is someone that is just focused on other things, and if a romantic pairing that lasts happens, it has to happen under really tough circumstances. For now, McCoy is enjoying the arc. I do like being single, and I like her arc right now and her freedom to do whatever she wants, she shared, describing this chapter as a period of rebellion, stepping away from one version of a mob-adjacent life while still walking a similarly dangerous road, just a different vibe of the family. Growing up alongside the fans, McCoy joined GH as a teenager, and she knows that viewers have watched her mature in real time. I've had such a unique experience, and the fans have therefore had a very unique experience watching me just become a normal person, she remarked. As she's gotten older, her viewpoint has evolved. You hear that growing up that you're a part of something like that, and it's until you kind of go through some real stuff in life when you get older, that you realize how important that is, she stated. Something that can take you out of your own reality for a minute has just become invaluable because I know what that feels like. Interestingly, McCoy doesn't even see herself on TV. I don't see the impact. I don't watch myself, she admitted. To me, as an actor, what I like to do is act. I care about what it feels like. Because no one close to her regularly watches the soap, connecting with fans gives her rare insight into how much the show means. Nobody close to me in my personal life watches it, so it's not something I talk about, she remarked. You get to be in conversation with people that watch your work. It's such a great thing. And as life begins to feel more fleeting, she's learning to soak it in. The more life experience you have and the more fleeting life feels, the more you want to grasp on and soak up the love that people give you for your work, McCoy mused. For McCoy, such fan connections serve as a poignant reminder. What may feel mundane on set might mean everything to someone watching at home. If you would want to meet your favorite GH celebs, Coastal Entertainment has you covered. They host in-person and virtual activities virtually every week. The next East Coast event they are bringing is the Day Players this March, which includes of GH and Days of Our Lives alums Brandon Barish and Scott Reeves, as well as Days of Our Lives Carson Boatman and Eric Martsolf. In April, they will be hosting Chris McKenna and Laura Wright. Drew attempted to reach out to Alexis but was unsuccessful, since she doesn't know Morse code, but she understood he was attempting to give her a message. A big disclosure may be coming that exposes Willow's treachery. Additionally, GH might be gearing up to reveal Willow as the congressional issue deepens. If she decides to pursue Drew's congressional seat, it may be the moment she is unmasked, potentially during a press conference or debate, making it a public and turbulent affair. Alexis has her eyes on the position as well, so it can evolve into a competition of sorts. Recently, the actress said in an interview that when Willow is discovered and her secrets come to light, it would be the most heartbreaking moment of her life. There are major worries that Michael might take the kids and endeavor to prevent Willow from seeing them ever again. Double jeopardy protects Willow from being prosecuted for the shooting. They cannot prosecute her for shooting Drew thanks to double jeopardy restrictions. However, drugging him into paralysis is certainly a different situation. They might even be able to characterize it as attempted murder. There may also be a deal in which she leaves town to evade prosecution, perhaps negotiating with Drew. That may be preferable than serving time in prison. At least from Willow's viewpoint, there seems to be no way she can retain touch to her children in the aftermath of all this. As Willow and Chase are on the edge of being discovered, their position appears terrible. Will Chase and Willow leave Port Charles together? What's fascinating is that everything that occurs to him is completely Willow's doing, since Chase appears absolutely charmed by her. So much so that Willow would even lie to Chase that she's not guilty of these charges either. He could very well be the only one in Port Charles who genuinely trusts Willow. It's apparent that Chase is utterly blind when it comes to her. So when their lives inevitably fall apart, would they make a grand departure from town together in a huge walk of shame? Keep in mind that Willow hooked out with Michael when Chase was dying, and cheated on him. Chase obviously shouldn't trust her as he does. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.